Hello, my name is Dante. This is a BLISS production, and this is about creating your own spiritual path, finding your own unique path, from taking from all of the paths available to you and distilling what is most pertinent to you. And this is something that some teachers tend to caution against, and I am here to assure you that there is no thing to be cautious about in doing this. I had a spiritual awakening 7 years ago that really brought me to feel that my connection to spirit and opening spiritually was the very most important thing, and I would say that it is. Um, and in my path, I took from many of the available paths out there. I practice Kundalini yoga. I work shamanically with plants and with shamanic tools. I practice energy healing and I do channeling and sound healing. And it's been a journey of dabbling and focusing on one arena more to develop skills. And then as I develop those skills and come back to another focus, I find that through that very broad perspective and range of experience, I'm able to feel more depth in what I'm doing in a certain avenue and combine them in sessions. And this has been how I've approached this from the very beginning. I found yoga and Reiki classes in which one of my first teachers would do hands-on healing Reiki in yoga poses. Yet it wasn't without overcoming some fears that I was able to allow myself to immerse in having these multifaceted approaches. I once went to a meditation group that told me that in order to meditate with them, I had to stop practicing Kundalini yoga and stop practicing Reiki and avoid that because it's unnatural and it manipulates energy and you take on karma. I believe those were the terms that they used, and they were very adamant that this was a bad approach and that you couldn't do it and be initiated into this meditation tradition. And I had some doubts. I allowed myself at that moment to really question maybe they had some validity, maybe it was right. And I have experienced this with many teachers and teachings that came to me and gave me these powerful openings, powerful tools that helped me to purify myself and expand my consciousness, yet then gave me a belief that you can only do it this way and this is the only right way. And for me, that brought up a lot of fears, it brought up a lot of confusion, up until a point that I started working with channeling, that I was presented with the the higher truth that you can hold contradictory beliefs to be true simultaneously. Reality conforms to your description of it, and there are no limitations, there are only beliefs. So when you start to notice that energy will listen to the belief system that you give to energy, then you can understand more clearly that any teaching, any belief is going to prove itself to be true within your experience. And with that understanding, you can more easily discern what is true and what's not. So the very best go-to in whether or not you want to follow a certain idea that's presented to you is your own heart center. If it resonates with your heart and brings joy to your heart, that's a very good sign that it's in alignment with your higher self. The trap of spiritual teachings is judgment. And you can always ask yourself, does this practice, does this belief system help me to love myself more And does it help me to love others more? And if it does, you can go full force into it. If it doesn't, that's something to look at, and that's something to question. Judgment is the very biggest hindrance in our growth. And I've gone through many layers of judgment, looking at other people who weren't living up to the spiritual ideals that I had garnered from focusing on a yoga path and making them wrong. And that judgment, making them wrong, from a higher perspective now I see as an even greater hindrance, maybe an even greater karma than what I was judging. So when you can really feel within yourself, are your beliefs creating judgment? Are what you're learning from teachers creating judgment within you? It's a natural part of the process that we come to see as we awaken, that many people in the world around us are living in almost zombie or robotic-like states from operating under cultural mass consensus beliefs. And we can feel this as energy clouds and vibrations that we don't agree with, that don't make us feel great to be around. And it's a natural discernment to choose those places and situations that make you feel good, yet the distorted version is judging and trying to change that. So does your spiritual path help you to love yourself more? And does your spiritual path allow you to bring in other ideas, to bring in other realms of experience, or does it limit you? I'm involved in the Kundalini Yoga tradition, which I find to be a very great source of a lot of wonder, awe, beauty, and wow, expanse when you really do the practice. Though beyond the practice in the community, stemming back to the teacher, Yogi Bhajan, there are dogmatic beliefs, rigid beliefs that it cannot be a certain way. You cannot do yoga and also engage in another form of behavior or work with plant medicines, etc., whatever it may be. And up until the point that I experienced this in my yoga teacher training, when I would challenge these concepts, I would challenge what was presented to me that didn't resonate with what I'd learned in other traditions and in the authentic heart knowing of pure love. If it didn't resonate with that, I would challenge it and I would say something to it. And the teacher got really angry even and said to me in front of the whole group that you must choose one path. You can either choose the shamanic path you're focusing on, or you can choose the yoga path, but it's misleading to teach both to people. And I sat with that for a little while until I decided for myself that I'm creating something completely unique. And we on the planet right now are creating something completely unique and new. However ancient and wise the yoga traditions, the shamanic traditions, and all the wisdom that we have access to from all of the ages are, they were for those ages and those times. This modern time now is completely different. With the internet and global society, we have access to every range of spiritual endeavor out there, and we are bridging these different worlds and bringing together these different traditions. And so this video is mostly about owning that as an individual. I know that for me it took some time to really rest in that and be okay with that, because of these fear-based beliefs that are presented along with your love and light. That often happens. So don't listen to the judgmental spiritual teachers. Listen to your own heart and trust that we are making a new spirituality together by bridging all of these worlds, and enjoy it. Follow what is most exciting for you, and always know that you can take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't. And most of the best teachers out there are going to say something along those lines to you as they share with you what is their truth in their heart. I hope you really enjoyed this video. I hope that you choose to be bliss this morning, day, evening, night, and check out blissbeings.com for my services, offerings, and workshops. And I would be totally blissful to work with you. Enjoy, and I will speak with you very soon.